In 2007, iPhones were just starting to become more popular, and with the iPhones came mobile gaming. Specifically, in 2007, one of these mobile apps really stuck out to me and really pulled on my heartstrings. It wasn't like the rest of them, and it's arguably the best mobile game of all time. This game is JellyCar. And some odd reason, the creators of JellyCar decided to completely take it off of the App Store and try to wipe it from our memories and pretend like nothing happened. Because when I ask people about JellyCar, they ask me, what is JellyCar? And sometimes I just feel like I'm the only person who remembers JellyCar. And I feel like it shouldn't be this way, because JellyCar was a great mobile app, maybe the best game ever. And I feel like to erase it from our memories like this is bad. It's like getting rid of an important point in history, and I do not condone this. I don't understand why it is that every time something great and pure comes into the world, it has to die. I don't understand why they have to terminate it like this. Like Pushing Daisies. It was the greatest show in the world, but it was too good, apparently, so it had to die. And I don't understand the logic of it. I mean, I don't want to go on a tangent here because this is about JellyCar, so let's get back on that. What is JellyCar? It's a question I've been asked frequently, and where do I even begin? JellyCar is a game where you play as a small car made out of jelly. All the physics are based on this car being made out of jelly. And even when you drive the car kind of bounces around like its texture is kind of gelatinous. And I just think that's what really made this game. It separated it from a lot of other games that featured cars as the main character. And not only that, you would drive on this 2D plane, and around your surroundings, the obstacles that you would have to go through were also of gelatinous material. And the physics on this game are amazing. I mean, just take a look at some of the B-roll I'm playing right now of JellyCar. It was so much fun because it's not like driving a real car, because the car is made out of jelly. And I just feel like that it really connected to me, because when I was younger, I always thought, hey, what if I drove a car made out of jelly in a jelly world? I mean, it's every kid's dream, am I right? Not only were the visuals and the physics in this game amazing, but in the later games, JellyCar 3, you could customize your cars and the sounds. What other mobile app does this? You could customize the engine sound, and every time it would move, it would play the sound that you made for it. And it was just so great because as the young comedian I would make very funny sounds in the car. And it was so fun. And there's no other game where I can do that. Not only could you customize the engine sounds, but you could also customize the sounds for when your car gets big, for when your car gets small, for when your car gets a balloon and it starts flying, and when your car gets sticky wheels. When you get sticky wheels, you can go and stick onto surfaces upside down, like a lizard or something. And I mean, think about it. What other game can you drive a car and go upside down? I don't know. But I remember I had so much fun with the sounds. Every time my car would get big, it would go big. And whenever it went small, it went smooth. And I can't do that anymore because, and speaking of customizable, you could also customize your car. And although there was some custom colors and car shapes that you can choose from, you could also paint your own car. Yes, you heard me right. You could paint your own car. You would choose a shape that you liked, and you could draw anything on the car. There was nothing that was censored. You could do whatever you want. Not only that, you could import images into JellyCar and use it as your car texture. If that's not the coolest thing, I really don't know what is. It was such a great game. And even if you look past the customizable features as a standalone game, it's amazing. The soundtrack that I'm playing in the background right now, that's all JellyCar soundtrack. And it just makes me feel good. And it probably makes you feel good too. It's just a very fun, lighthearted soundtrack. And I have a hard time finding soundtracks that I like because a lot of people don't even put that much work into it. They just use some royalty-free songs that they found on some site, and it really just doesn't have the heart to it. But when you listen to this soundtrack, you know, wow, I am listening to the soundtrack of JellyCar. This is a song that I'd be listening to if I was driving in a car made out of jelly. Because, I mean, honestly, who wouldn't? Also, the sound effects are so good. I mean, when you think about it, it really evokes the child's imagination. And not a lot of games do that. I feel like there's a disconnect between children and adults. And once adults grow up, they don't know how to connect with children anymore. So obviously, in a lot of media, it just doesn't hit home because they just real life. This is jelly. so great. The engine sounds would go, and whenever you would bump into something, you would go, wow. And when you would get big, you go, boo. And when you would get small, you go, phew. I can't tell you what other games do that. And what other games will let you customize it to how you like. If you don't like the sound effects they give you, you can make your own. There was so many fun levels on JellyCar. For example, there was this level called Ollies. There was a bunch of big blue squares that were coming towards your car, and you had to outdrive them. It was so cool. You had to outdrive the Ollies, and sometimes you would be launched into outer space. That is so cool. And other times, you would be driving on jelly waves, and in those jelly waves, there would be dolphins. Jelly dolphins. What else can I say about it? It was a really good game with a really good soundtrack, really good art style. I think that the art was simple, but it wasn't lazy. 'Cause I mean, even if you look at the textures in this game, they put a lot of thought into every cell of color. For example, the background is made out of graph paper, which is very cool, because if you understand the lore of this game, it's about this kid who's bored in a math class, and he creates his own world made out of jelly. And to navigate this world, he uses a car that he drew out of jelly. And also, you can look at the backgrounds and even the textures on the car. They all have textures on them. It's kind of this grainy watercolor texture. I mean, think about it. Think about how much thought they put into this game. No one does that anymore. I can't think of any other game that does this. And they even go all out on their menus too, which is crazy because they're menus. I mean, no one even really thinks twice about checking the menus for secret levels or finding extra points or XP, but this did. You could keep swiping and you would find secret levels. I even remember that in the first JellyCar game, the menus had physics too, and you could move around all the selections. They applied to the rules of gravity, and what other game menu does that? Am I right? It's just so cool. I need to tell the executives who decided to take JellyCar off that it was a bad move. Okay? I feel so lost. I don't know what to do, because ultimately it wasn't my decision to get rid of JellyCar. Because if it was my decision, I would have never taken it off in the first place. All I can do is try to speak out and tell everyone how I feel about this topic, because I feel like so many people have forgotten JellyCar. So the makers don't even think that we're here, that we don't have a voice, that there's people on this planet who miss this game and they want it to come back. Because I can't find this game anywhere. I swear, they've taken it off of the App Store. I've looked at all of my old downloads because I had all the games. It's not there anymore. It's completely gone. on my iTunes, it's completely gone. I've heard that they made it into a Wii game. I've checked every shopping app, nothing. No one even remembers what it is. Whenever I look up JellyCar, it autocorrects to JellyCat, which really pisses me off because no, they're two different things. JellyCat is a brand of stuffed animals, and JellyCar is a game. Okay? Do not autocorrect me. I know what I'm typing in. Stop acting like I'm stupid. I know what I'm trying to search up, and I did not mean JellyCat, okay? It's so upsetting. I went on some black market sites, and there was a link for JellyCar. Instead, I got 13 viruses, and I had to throw my laptop away, and then I got a new one, and then I did the same thing, and I had to throw that one away, and now I'm not allowed to have laptops anymore. So I used the Mac, and then I did it again, because it was promising me free JellyCar, and it was the only way. I mean, if you were in my position, and you lost something you held so dearly, you would do the same thing. So I went onto the site, and I clicked the link, and then I got 15 viruses. And we had to smash the computer in with a hammer because the virus was contagious. And now I have to be quarantined in my room for 4 months with no entertainment. And all I wanted was to play JellyCar, and I'm bored as heck. I don't even have JellyCar. There's other games, yes, I know that.
There's Angry Birds 2, there's Angry Birds Rio, there's Angry Birds Star Wars, and Angry Birds Space, there's Angry Birds Pigs, there's Angry Birds 3, there's Angry Birds Classic, there's Angry Birds Bad Piggies, there's Angry Birds the movie, the game, and there's Angry Birds and the many men who had to eat their own socks to survive the winter because they had nothing else to eat. I'll tell you what, I'm a really angry bird right now when it comes to JellyCar.
I even found a game called Jelly Drive that tried to imitate what JellyCar used to be. It made me feel even worse. One day I broke down. I saw Jelly Drive. I looked it up before, but I just couldn't because I knew that if it didn't amount to what JellyCar used to be, it would just make me even more upset. And guess what? It did. It was even worse. It had no physics whatsoever. You couldn't even tilt your phone to make the car go right side up again. You would just be on your back like a helpless turtle. The speed on the car was inconsistent. It was terrible. It wasn't like JellyCar at all. You couldn't even customize the sounds. The sounds weren't even the same. The music was awful. It was just royalty-free music. The sounds, they were just normal car sounds, which is stupid because when you're playing JellyCar, you're not driving a normal car. This is a fantasy world. This is not real life. Obviously, your JellyCar wouldn't sound like a normal car. Not only that, it didn't even have textures, and it didn't look as good. This game was such an important landmark in my childhood. I remember in the early 2000s going to the Apple Store and seeing this amazing game and getting so excited about it. I remember playing it in the Apple Store, and I just had so much fun. I was laughing. I was really happy. It was just a fun game. I downloaded it on my mom's phone, and when she would give it to me, I would play JellyCar all the time. And now I can't do that. This is my last resort. This is why I'm making this video. It's because I need to spread awareness. It's my duty. I mean, think about everyone who worked on JellyCar. I mean, think about the man who had to go, wow. All his hard work is now gone. And that is so unfair to me. I mean, think about the man who had to go, his hard work is gone too. I know that Disney has made a lot of mistakes in the past, but I feel like their biggest mistake of all time was deleting JellyCar from the App Store. And they're gonna lose so much money by doing this. And they're gonna regret it so much because of people like me. People like me who still need JellyCar. Who still need to fill the emptiness in their soul with jelly. I don't understand. And the creator has even come out with new games, but I say no. They're never gonna be the same. They're never gonna have the same feeling that I got from JellyCar. I'm sorry. I'm gonna start a petition to bring back JellyCar on change.org. The link is in below. So if you would sign that, get the creators to know that there are still people out there who care about JellyCar. Thank you for listening to this video, and I really hope that this video gets out to the creators, and I want to let you guys know that we still care. You might not care, but we do. And we would really like JellyCar to come back. Thank you. Please subscribe, hit that bell, like this video, and stay tuned for our next one. Okay, thank you. Bye.